Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand.
Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today we're actually expecting some hurricane weather. I guess a severe tropical storm slash hurricane, depends on how things go, but it's currently like about 8 o'clock in the morning, and around 12 it's going to start. So I have to try to figure out what I am doing here, because obviously we're gonna have to brace for some action here. I guess they're talking about some high winds and some flooding. Could be bad for a lot of things. So obviously high winds are going to be bad for these. The flooding may end up being bad for the caskets, because as you guys can see, Florida, they do prepare for this kind of stuff. There's a whole divot right here. So we gotta hope that the caskets don't end up swimming and being a boat right here, or possibly turning into a down the street canoe. His wings are probably gonna have to come off. Those two are probably gonna have to get laid down because they're only secured by tethers. These guys are anchored up into the tree with ratchet straps and rope. So I don't really suspect that they will really be able to go anywhere. However, I may pop their arms off. I think I will take their arms off so that way they have a little bit less of anything to really break. These guys I think may be all right being up against the house, but same thing, I may end up just taking their arms off. Just to be on the safe side of everything. I don't want to have any of this stuff get damaged. And then I got a few other things I have to clean up around here because I was doing some stuff. But yeah, so this will be eventful. So as you guys were able to see, very simple, very easy. That's one thing I love about the Lowe's 12 footers, although this year sucks and I'm not getting him. He's a complete, total piece of shit. He's just retarded. Lay him down, should be good to go. I'm a little worried about this. I may take this off, I may not. Should probably be all right. But like I was saying, they have the tethers that go to them, which is nice. Home Depot doesn't do that. Just take the back rails off, these guys here, and he lays right down. I actually have to get someone to weld this one. Right here is the opening. It's like they didn't weld it there. You guys can see on that one. It's definitely kind of crappy though, so I have somebody have to hit that with a welder. But I was taking him down fairly easy. Next, we're going to do the mummy. I'm going to have to move some of this stuff over here. I'm going to leave the back one off. So as you guys were able to see, very easy to just simply lay them down by yourself. You really don't need help. You just need to be careful and know where the poles are internally, so you have that grab point. But down. I think his hands will be okay. I'm not too concerned about that. I am, however, like I said, concerned about these guys. So off with their arms. And don't worry, guys, once the hurricane or tropical storm, whatever it decides to morph into, does hit, I'm gonna bring you guys out here. I'm gonna sacrifice my dryness to show y'all exactly what kind of weather we're facing here. Hopefully I don't fall off the ladder. However, if I do, it's on camera. No! Now I think for his sake, I'm just going to take off at the forearm. I don't see any reason to take the whole arm off. Up here is pretty sturdy, especially when it doesn't have this piece. I don't see that being a concern. This, being that it's only these clips that hold, literally just these plastic clips hold the weight of this thing. This is dangerous. Not so much that. There's a lizard up there. Let's see if we can do this. Check him out. Little lizard. Sorry, lizard. There you go. Rah. Now, by rights, I probably should behead him, but that is going to be entirely too hard to do. I don't think I can get up there on the ladder that high to do that. I really should. I'll probably give it an attempt, but while I hold that thought, continuing back to over here. Now I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. See, I already told you I was worried about the caskets floating away, possibly even rolling over. I don't have to worry about headstones. See, here's the perk. When you happen to be the only person that decides to go all out and get real headstones for your front lawn, you don't have to worry about them getting knocked over or any hurricane or anything. That'll stay right there. This yard can flood all the way up 5 feet high, and that thing is going to stay there. Perks, fuck your foam shit. We will have to probably try to behead both of them. I still may take Jack's arms off, make things a little bit easier there. His wings and arms, and definitely a lot of him are going to have to come down. I don't even think I strapped him to the roof, actually. This may be a terrible idea, but I'm going to try it. I hear you begging for me to fall. Not going to happen. Sketchy. Beheaded. If I break it while I'm taking it apart, I'm going to be pissed. Oh man, he leaked on me. I can't help it. I like to do dumb shit, all right? That's going to be a pain in the ass. So, Jack is 13 feet tall. Now, I don't necessarily know if he's going to be that big of an issue because of the fact that he's so thin. The wind is probably going to go right through him. I will probably still detach his hands. I would like to get his head off. I don't know that I can do that though, without it being a complete pain. I may have to go on the roof for that. Anyway, we're going to leave him for later. Let's focus on these two, because if I do go up there and I fall off the roof and I get hurt or anything, I'd rather have those ones done. Now, if I remember correctly, he takes a screwdriver for the wings, and then I think the arms are Allen wrenches, I believe. I'm going to find out in a second. Obviously, with this guy, this is the most vulnerable part here. Whew, pain in the ass. They're just heavy and they're hard to hold. Guys, don't forget, if you have this one and you have to do this, make sure when you back these screws out, you put them back up in, because you don't want them to just wiggle their way out. Then you got to play the game of trying to find what size screw goes in here. All right, wing successfully off. I'm going to do as I said. This other one tighten back in here before I forget, and then I lose the screw. And yes, it's correct. Allen wrenches for the arms. I believe the head is actually a screwdriver. I don't necessarily think I need to take the head off, but make sure you put the screw back on. Still going, bud. You really had it beat. That sucks. I feel like for this guy, you have to almost take him completely apart. But, yeah, no, that's the thing. I play things safe, not sorry. These things are expensive. Obviously, even putting these things up is a risk. Now, back up in Pennsylvania, I've never had any loss of any of this stuff. We did have some bad weather up there, but not like what we can supposedly have here. And I have not experienced a tropical storm in Florida yet. So, yeah, now again, I say tropical storm because I think that's what it's supposed to be, but it has the ability to morph into that hurricane. So, we're kind of playing it by ear right now. But either way, my point being is I have not had to deal with, you know, something like this yet, and I still may end up having, you know, even though he's like that, I still may end up having issues and damages. You know, it may happen. I don't know. I hope I don't, but we're about to find out. Now he's probably going to be a little bit of a pain. Clothing on him always makes everything completely stuck. Yeah, I don't have him actually secured to anything, so I'm gonna completely take his arms and stuff off.
You need help?
I got it. The clothing is just a fucking bitch. Like, they could have made it. It wasn't so tight to actually access these points. It does. It sucks about him. The clothing is just.
I don't think his head needs to come off. I think his head's fine.
Yeah, but the only thing is he's not strapped to nothing.
Then lay him flat.
Huh?
Then just lay him down. Just let that one go, honey.
I'm not letting him go. I may do that. I may just lay him flat. So we've chosen to do the lay down method with him since we didn't have him connected up top to the roof. It just makes a little bit more sense to do it this way. I don't like how he sits on his pin though. He has that piece down here. That's actually what's holding him up. I gotta be honest, I don't necessarily like that. We like to actually get him just fully down on his back and not do that pin. Or I may just take the head off and stand it back up. I'm not really too sure. I think I'm going to leave him lay. He's already laying down. He'll be fine. Now, as far as Jack goes, Jack, I almost feel is a little bit more promising at stability versus the other of the 12-foot category. He doesn't have the same build as everybody else. So everything in him is all metal. Now, going to the hands, again, is still metal. There's no plastic arms. So everything is that push pin metal clipped in, and same for the hands. They have the black tubing on the end with a little push pin, and they just clip right into the metal. So his hands are not the way these other ones are, to where you have to push in and rotate and it's just the plastic clips. He has full metal. The bow tie is actually screwed on into metal. And the head, same thing, because of the fact that it's a servo head, it has metal connecting to metal. There is no plastic. Now, granted, that's the same thing that we have with the Predator, but the Predator also, as we know, I don't know who else may have had issues with him, but the Predator, as cool as he is a piece of trash. So I don't really trust the Predator with anything, mainly because just his overall design and build quality is flawed very bad. So that's pretty much that. I think I'm going to risk Jack because I don't see there being an issue. If there is, I will come out here in the storm and I will handle it then. But I think Jack will be fine. And guys, I do want to touch base more on the real tombstone thing. Now, we are actually, in fact, going to be having some more of these guys joining the display. If you have seen my shorts video, you would see that we've actually already went and looked at, well, quite a few of them, as well as the fact that I'm trying to get the ones from PA down here. However, there's a lot involved in that because of the whole machinery and etc. So they may end up staying up there for now. I don't think I can bring them here. As much as I would love to have the mother one out here, I just don't see a way that I'm going to make it happen this year. I'll probably be able to pull it off for next year, but as of right now, I don't really know. But I did get into connection with someone who is willing to work with me with a few things to get some more of these real bad boys. Now, if you guys don't believe me, I mean, this is real solid granite. This is a legit tombstone. The other ones are too. I don't do fakes. Real casket, real tombstone, real hearse, but hearse is gone. Got to get a new one. Real. I don't play the foam. I don't play the plastic. I don't care what you can buy that looks cool in the store. I like the legitimate. This one I can pick up by hand because it is separate into two pieces. It's not glued down. If it was glued down, I would need a machine for it. But most of them, you need a machine for it, and that's where people stay away from them. Plus, most people can't typically get these. I am legitimately the only person that puts real tombstones in their Halloween displays, and I think that's freaking awesome. Now, what my future plan is, and I know I'm kind of off track here because this is all about the storm stuff, so you can skip this if you don't want to hear it. But as of right now, this is not going to be a forever home. This is by far not my ideal forever home. This yard is too small. I need something bigger. Now, I'm working on doing all that kind of stuff. I'm working on getting something with more yardage. Not sure if we'll have it for next year or not, but we'll be able to see. My whole thought process though is, I want to not only be the first person to have real headstones in their yard. I know I'm not the first person to do the real caskets, I know that. But I've already hit it with the real tombstones. I want to be the first person to have a legit mausoleum. Not a ground topper. A walk-in mausoleum in my front yard that will stay there permanently. And I actually want to double it up as a YouTube studio. I would like to have a legit mausoleum in the yard, use it as a YouTube studio, and during Halloween, allow people to actually come up and take pictures in it, take videos in it, record in there, whatever you want to do. And the tombstones that will be on that property will be forever placed in their permanent spot. There will be no moving them. They will stay. They'll be right there. And the yard will always have the cemetery look, but we'll bring these guys out for Halloween. Anyway, that's enough rambling about that. Time to wait out for the storm.
Yeah.